the teaser the week before the episode, you couldn't really hear Rotten the Snowman. It was just a scream.
But, what's the worst that he can... Oh my God.
What's going on?
And everyone goes on Twitter, Dana Snyder's in the new Smiling Friends episode.
See?
Awesome.
That's the plus of screaming every one of your roles.
Yeah.
The scream heard around the world.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Adult Swim or cartoons in general, you recognize this scream.
Hey, whoa, it's okay.
It's the iconic Master Shake,
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
Scratch, Gazpacho, Dana Snyder. I caught him at a good time for this interview. You'll see why.
I watched it yesterday.
You hadn't watched it till yesterday?
I hadn't watched it. Well, I forgot. It's not that I forgot that I did it, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then you kind of lose track of stuff. Well, I lose track of stuff.
Smiling Friends to me has always felt very Adult Swim-ish, but I couldn't really put that into words. If anyone can, though, it's Dana Snyder.
I like those guys very much. And I like Smiling Friends very much. Some people would watch it and say, what in the hell is going on? Like if 70% of the population, probably reality like 95% of the population is not repelled by it, it's not really for Adult Swim. For a variety of reasons. Not like they're just grossed out, but like this is dumb or why is it only 11 minutes? A myriad of reasons.
Rotten the Snowman is a pile of garbage that gains sentience and immediately starts freaking out. Did you get a script from Smiling Friends, and what was your reaction when it was mostly screaming?
I mean, most everything I do is screaming, even if it doesn't say mostly screaming. I mean, I'm sure I got the script before, and I'm sure I read it, but nothing stuck out as anything negative. I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like a fucked up Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, it's Rotten the Snowman.
And my worry is always like, oh, they didn't ask me to do a voice. So then it just sounds like I can only do one voice.
Dana Snyder started with cartoons kind of relatively late. Before that, he was on stage, on screen, and he played one character that I really love. Do you remember this?
Oh,
2010,
of course.
2011, Max Bialystock.
That was with, I think I did it there in 2010 because I was supposed to go to Japan. I had this great 3-week trip planned, and then the tsunami hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to Japan. I'm not going to get in. They have enough shit to worry about without me showing up. But then Quinn called me and he said, hey, you want to come and do a show? And he knows I only have one rule. I said, is it a funny thing happening with the forum? He said, no. I said, well, then forget it. He goes, but it is the producers. I said, that's maybe like second best, I guess.
But yeah, before settling into voice acting, that was his life.
So I go around the country working at regional theaters and doing shows everywhere, and now it's even easier because when I was doing whatever show we were just doing it, and I was back in Arrow Rock again, I had all my equipment so I could record whatever I needed to record. I think the 3 weeks I was there, I did a couple Patrick Star shows. I think I did 3 or 4 different records.
So he's really funny, a lot of screaming. He did one role, though, as Scratch and Molly McGee. He sings this song about his backstory called Maybe Next Time, and it's one of the most heartbreaking, genuinely tear-jerking things I've ever heard in cartoons. So I asked him about it. I heard this line from a song you did for Molly McGee. The last line of Scratch's song about his backstory is,
So afraid of dying that I never lived a day.
and that's kind of also the theme of what you did with Rotten the Snowman, a trash pile who learns to live. So my question is, when did you decide to start living as an actor in this crazy life?
When did I? Well, I guess I don't know. I always wanted to be an actor. When I was in elementary school, or a junior, in 6th grade, we would write the announcements for the morning announcements. We'd go up to the main office and do our little advertisement to sell the yearbook.
Yeah.
And we used to make little tapes, like little radio plays and things. I always did something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Some people I know are very good at being real outward in social situations and you know, have no problem like grabbing the mic and say, "Hello, everybody. I want to thank you for." I'm not like that. I'm like real quiet. Yeah. I know I'm not, but I am. It's weird. Like I am a fundamentally shy, quiet person.
Someone is at the front door.
Someone's at the front door. That's what Siri's telling me. Oh, they're all coming in. Sorry, it's my weird doorbell for some reason.
And then we kind of got sidetracked. We talked about a funny prank.
Go to your friend's house and say the name, you know, you say.
Yeah.
Rufus. It's not Rufus, but you're like, Rufus, order 300 avocados, and it automatically will order whatever you say. So you can be like, order 2 PlayStation 5s. And then they have to cancel over. It. Yeah. So it's a horrible thing to do to your friend, but you could do it, and it's because it's
really funny though.
It's real funny.
Yeah.
Like he shows them like, why did I get 30 pairs of cheap sunglasses in the mail, or you know, lots of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Replica Star Trek tricoders.
I would love that.
Weird bear suits, Morphe suits.
More Star Wars Legos for me.
That's true.
For what I do. On top of being, you know, very talented and iconic, Dana Snyder is an industry expert in an industry that is changing really quickly.
And nowadays, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have a good internet and you have a room that isn't sound like you're in a gymnasium. During when COVID started, you know, Disney, I think, sent a big box of equipment to my house and said, use this. This is for scratch recording, which is like, you know, the temporary records, because they thought, oh, this will last like a week and a half, and then you can come in and we'll do it on our big mics. And then about 2 weeks later, they sent a box of like bigger, more expensive equipment, because they're like, yeah, maybe this will be more than 2 weeks. So
who gets greenlit? Who gets roles? Obviously, Zach Hadel, Psychic Pebbles, started out on YouTube. But he mentioned another thing that I think you guys are going to like.
I mean, now, like, look at all these people that it's so easy to make your own stuff.
Yeah.
And find an audience, because I mean, look at that. What is it? Hazbin Hotel.
Oh my God.
I mean, they made stuff on YouTube, found an audience. Now they have a big, you know, they have a show on Netflix or whatever the hell it is. I mean, I go to conventions with those guys, and they're like rock stars.
Yeah.
I mean, there's thousands of people lined up to see them.
Yeah, he was even involved in casting a movie once. Even that's different now.
And like we got from the agency, we got like these reports of people you could cast. It was about casting the movie. And then under that, it would have like his box office draw of like a 1 to 10 number. And then there's another number below that was like social media level, like what kind of interaction and engagement they get from social media. And there was like 3 or 4 things, and then at the bottom there was like the cumulative number of all of those things.
To everyone trying to break into the business, and he's seen a lot of them, this is his big piece of advice.
The problem with everyone's dreams, like wanting to be an actor or whatever, is there's nothing wrong with that. But there's people who know that. And then there's people who are predatory of wanting to take your money, and you'll keep giving them money, regardless of what happens afterwards. Like, no, that was pretty good. We just, maybe one more class. And then you know what I mean?
I'm guessing you've seen that a lot with how...
well, I always did at Drama Bookshop, but I'm always sort of, it's such an unfortunate, it's like, and you see some people, and I'm not saying they're not talented, but you see some people just sort of throwing money away when it could be used in other ways. And a lot of times they don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of excess money to be throwing these people $750 for a workshop on a weekend, because the unspoken promise is that they're going to get an agent and be cast as the new Animaniac tomorrow, which doesn't happen like that. And be careful.
Yeah.
People at the end of the day, they'll say like, no, I gave them the class and that's my world-renowned. And half the time, half those people who teach those classes don't even really work.
It was an absolute pleasure to get to interview Dana Snyder. I love talking with voice actors about voice acting. But I'll extend the question to you. Who should I interview next? If you like videos like these, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Joeybar. Happy Independence Day. Tom Kenny recorded the outro for all my videos at a convention I met him at.
Well, there you go.
So All right.
He'll be glad he did it now that he knows I did this. It's going to open a lot of doors for you. I got a real strong feeling about this.
2 hours later, people were still subscribing to Joeybar.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I can't stop.